Kelly Anderson, and I'd like to welcome all of you to ISS Group's Business Process Improvement Demonstration titled Improving Financial Controls and Business Processes. In this brief 18-minute or less presentation, my colleague Mike Markowitz will demonstrate how our process digitization methodology, along with our Agile Business Process Improvement solutions, significantly improve financial controls using digitized process forms and rules-based approval routing. For this presentation, Mike will demonstrate how our iPurchase solution utilizes digitized purchase requisition process forms and how our iApprove rules-based approval routing engine allows the end-user organization to easily configure and create approval routing rules. There is no limit to the number of approval routing rules which can be created or the number of conditions in a given approval routing rule. Mike will now demonstrate just how iApprove is a fast and effective way to improve your financial controls and business processes. Welcome again to our weekly demonstration. With that, I'll pass the presentation over to Mike to begin the presentation. Thanks.
Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you doing the intro to our demonstration today. Today I'm going to show you our iPurchase solution and how approval rules work within it. So let's just jump in and get started. So this is the iPurchase login screen. All you have to do is put your username and password in and you log in. So there is 3 ways to create a requisition within iPurchase. There's manual, catalogs, and punch-outs. We are just going to go over the manual way to enter a rec, and then we're going to discuss how approval rules are used within the system and how these approval rules can help improve your financial controls. So let's just jump in again. I'm going to create a new rec, and you'll notice that I have fields on the top, or we call these header fields. I'm going to start by entering a supplier. I'm going to pick the supplier from the list that comes up in our lookup field. It adds all of the header information of that supplier. I can change the ship to, the bill to, the site, the currency, who pays freight, the ship via. I can also change the requisition type if I'd like, and who the buyer on the requisition is. Now, these are all ship to, bill to sites. All these middle fields are for the total rec. Now, if we click Save, and we go into to add a new item, I can also do account, sub-account. I could change the site based on the line item. I can put in also a department here. So let's add a item. It's the same lookup field that we're using as we use for supplier in the header. I'm going to click the power cord. And then I can also pick a UNSPSC code that's related to this item. So I'll pick power cable. And then I'm going to put a quantity in. So let's do 100 at the cost of 100 and click Save and Close. When I save and close it, it creates a record here, a line item record. It tells me the account, the sub-account, the department, the quantity, the cost, and the extended cost. So now what the user would do is they would submit the requisition. So if I submit the requisition and I go to approval history, you'll see that I have an approval routing here. Now, the first person in this approval routing has been notified by email, and that's why they're pending. iPurchase has the ability to, do sequential or simultaneous approval routing. So as you can see, this is sequential. There's 100 level, 900 level, and 930. So the 900 level buyer does not have to approve until the 100 buyer R&D director approves the requisition. But as you can see, there's a finance group here for the level 930. So what grouping allows you to do is have one person in this group to approve the requisition. Now, there's also a sailboat next to Alex Chen. Alex Chen has a sailboat because he's out of office and he's delegated his requisitions that he has to approve to Bill Comps. So either Jim Bird or Bill Comps has to approve this for the finance group as it goes through the approval routing. But let's retract this and let's do some different types of ways that you can create approval rules. So if I retract this, and now let's say I change the ship via to FedEx Ground, okay? I click Save again, and let's submit again. So now I'm going to submit the rec again because I changed the ship via. All the fields go gray again. And now if I go to approval history, you'll notice it added a level 40 and 2 level 400s. So this is sequential approvals. When you have 2 people at the same level, it now needs both of them to approve on this level. Not just one, they both have to approve in order for it to go to the buyer. What also another iPurchase function is that it tracks every approval attempt you make. So if I scroll down, you'll notice there's approval attempt 1, and you'll see that I retracted this. Okay, then there's approval attempt 2. Okay, now, and this added those 3 levels, or the 3 approvers. It added level 40 and 2 at 400. I'm going to go back in one more time, and I'm going to retract this. Now, I'm going to change the line item now, and instead of it being a quantity of 100, I'm going to do a quantity of 1,000, and I'm going to hit Save and Close. Okay, so now I've updated the cost of the line item. Now, and if I go and submit the requisition again, I'm going to have approval attempt 3, but what happens now is the 800 level was added because of the dollar amount. So what I'm trying to show is that iPurchase allows you to create approval rules on either dollar amounts or any fields in the system, header fields or line item fields. It doesn't make a difference what fields you want to run an approval rule on. And you can see how this can improve your financial controls because it will now send emails out. The system makes you more efficient. There's no more losing approvals or requisitions that are on paper on someone's desk. Nothing falls through the cracks anymore. We remove the human error, and that allows you to approve recs in a faster time and get purchase orders off to your suppliers quickly and correctly. And this, we found from our customers, is a huge savings for them. So let's just talk about one more aspect of this, okay? And that aspect is the emails. So now, since I went through all of this, I can go and I've been getting emails back and forth. Every time a requisition is submitted, an email gets sent out to the correct approver, and then even when a requisition is retracted, it gets sent to the originator or to the approver that needs to approve that it was retracted. So here's the latest email that came into the system, okay? This now allows the approver to approve right from the email, okay? But let's go through this screen first before we even click that button. So you'll see it tells me all the header information. It puts my master comments on the screen. It tells me what the line item is here and where, who, and what needs to be approved. So right now you see that Alex Chen has to approve this and it's pending. Once he approves this requisition, it's going to start going through this and it's going to tell me who approved it, when they approved it, and when they were notified to approve it. So a user or an approver doesn't even have to go into the system to actually approve this. They can just click this approve link here. When they click the approve link, they have to sign in once, okay? Once they sign in, oops, sorry. I signed in with the wrong person. let me just, okay, so I have to sign in as Alex Chen, so Chen A. I click login, and now it says, thank you for approving the requisition, and I can either view the requisition or go directly into iPurchase. So as you can see, the time savings that iPurchase gives the users and approvers is a huge, huge savings. And the reason is because I don't even have to go into the system to approve a requisition. I can just approve it like this, put in my password, hit the enter button or the login button, and now I approve the rec. This also happens, so now I got the next email. So let's take a look at the next email. The next email says, look, Alex has approved. Now what happened is 2 emails went out because there's 2 people at a level 100. And they're not a group. So both of these people, the R&D director and the senior director, both have to approve this requisition in order for it to move to the 300 level. So the system sends out notifications to the approvers. The approvers don't have to log in to even look what's in their pending queue. The originator who entered the requisition knows that his requisition is not going to fall through the cracks. It's going to be routed to the correct people that need to approve his requisition. And those approval rules can be based on the type of requisition it is, maybe the department that he's within, maybe the account or sub-account that it's related to. It can even be based on how it's being shipped or even the dollar amount. There is one other way that iPurchase allows for approvals, and that is supervisory approvals. So you can set up iPurchase, instead of setting up rules, you can set it up to have your supervisor always approve a requisition. And the way this works is it would be like building an org chart for your company. And as you build that org chart, for each, let's say, department or for even the entire company, you place the person's supervisor in their user record, and then each requisition that they create will just move up the chain of supervisors. And from that point on, you can even do it based on a dollar amount for those supervisors. You can also set the system settings to notify the supervisor if a requisition is not being approved within a certain amount of days. So that can push the process of approvals through quickly also. So nothing gets left behind in iPurchase. Everything should get approved or rejected within a timely frame, or it should be retracted by the originator that was actually entering the requisition within a timely manner. So that is a high-level view of iPurchase approval routing. I'm going to toss this now back to Kelly for her final thoughts.
Great. Thanks, Mike. I just wanted to add one comment that I approve, like all of the ISS Group's business process improvement solutions, or BPI tools, reads the QAD master supplier master table, the item master table in real time, as well as it writes to the QAD purchase order table in real time. This eliminates the need for redundant data entry. iApprove not only works with QAD, it will work with any ERP solution that can be integrated with iApprove. So that concludes our demonstration for today. Please feel free to contact either Mike Markowitz or myself, Kelly Anderson, should you have any questions, or if you would like additional information, or if you would even like a personal demonstration, we'd be happy to show you and set that up. We can be reached at our email addresses. You've got them in front of you, kanderson@issgroup.net or mmarkowitz@issgroup.net. You can reach our sales mailbox on our website at sales@issgroup.net, or our phone numbers there. You can reach us that way as well. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for joining our weekly demonstration, and we hope you join us next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks.